bow in my hand. Hear the shadows follow me over the hills in the evergreen. Trade my soul for a chance to carry on into the wild. Na, 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 na.
Hello, friends. How's everybody doing today? Let me know how you're doing. What are you doing? What do we do? What do we do? What are we here for? What are we here for? I did say I might be late, but I actually was not. I went and picked up dinner. I bet you can't guess from where. And also had to pick up groceries and came home and put my groceries away and ate some of my dinner. Again, bet you can't guess from where. And then now I'm here. So, hello. Hello, Lexi. Welcome. Hello, Julie. Hello, Nikki. Nikki's going to be editing a video and then hopes to write a bit, which is lofty goals. And I appreciate that. And I hope for the best for you. I am fantastic. I would be better if I had more sleep, but otherwise, living the dream. I plan to this evening. If you just, want to hop right on in and tell us what you're working on tonight. Stieg should be joining us shortly. We'll just throw him on the screen whenever he pops in. I plan to this evening working on planner things. Obviously, I'm going to finish eating my dinner, but then working on planner things. I may even film a planner video, start filming planner videos, in which case you'll know I'm doing because you'll see my little overhead camera pop down while I film. And I also need to get lights on my Christmas tree. I finally put up the tree last night. And I know I'm cutting it close. It's like a week till Christmas, but that's life sometimes. And I bought brand new lights because last year our lights finally had given up on us. And so we threw them out at the end of the year. They were 6 or 7 years old. So I bought new lights. And last night at 1 o'clock in the morning when I was trying to put lights up, it wasn't that late. It was 11:30. I was up until 1 o'clock in the morning. All 3 strands of the new lights that I bought only half lit. So then, you're replacing the fuses into little pluggy things and then moving lights around and trying to make sure everything was tight where it was supposed to be. And I was unsuccessful in attempting to get 3 strands of lights to work. So those 3 strands are going to have to go back to the store. And I bought 2 new strands today. Hopefully when I plug those in later, those work. If not, I give up and I'm going to put the tree back in the box and I'm going to put all of the ornaments and stuff back in the garage and move on with my life. Okay. But yeah, that's me. I have things to do. People to see. You're the people. Hello, Bex. Welcome. Lexi is also going to be writing. Bex needs to finish the screenplay if I plan on writing this 90-day book starting January 1st. This is very true. You have about 2 weeks left, so hop to it, Bex. Megan is reading The Unhoneymooners for various challenge prompts. Excellent. Better late than never. I mean, it was going to be never. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that we have family Christmas at my house and I know that the little kids would be disappointed, I wouldn't bother. But because I know the little kids would be disappointed without a tree, I'm at least putting a tree up. Everything else, probably not going to get decorated, but at least there will be a tree up. The tree also probably will just have lights and garland because Raja's very interested in the tree. This is her first Christmas. Raja's my cat, in case you don't know. This is her first Christmas, so I have a feeling that the tree will be on the floor at some point, especially once it's got lights and shiny garlands in it. So, it's fine. I'm here. Stupid lights. Definitely stupid lights. I had to take down my Christmas tree. Apparently, there's semi-poisonous to cats and snakes started eating it. Plus, it really dried out, so fire hazard. So no more tree. I mean, fake trees are great. Of course, for you, you move around a lot. So a fake tree would just be something else you'd have to haul all around the universe. So, maybe not the best idea. I'm just working with what I got, Regina. Just working with what I got. The grocery store was, okay, to be fair, I did a grocery pickup because I knew I was going to be decorating tonight, and my back can only do my back pretty much can do one thing a day. And so my choices were go to the grocery store and then not be able to do anything else for the rest of the day, or do a grocery pickup and then I could work on Christmas tree. So that was the choice that I made. There were people at the pickup. Listen, if you're going to do grocery pickup, I mean, I don't care what your reason is. If you are unable to walk through the store, if you have 15 small children, if you're just feeling lazy that day and you don't want to, whatever reason you have for going to the grocery store and doing grocery pickup, that is a valid reason. I will not shame you for doing grocery pickup. However, I will shame those people who were next to me, who the lady came out with their stuff and they got out of their vehicle, walked to the back of their vehicle, and then made the woman pull out every single thing from every single bag so they could check it and make sure it was exactly what they wanted, including produce, making sure that produce was to their standards. If that's the way you feel about it, just go to the fucking store yourself. I was having a moment. I about got out of my car and just had a moment. But instead, I sat in my car and I ate a breadstick because I had just picked up dinner. So I was just eating a breadstick in the car. These bitches are ridiculous. Yes, ridiculous. Going through the produce and being like, oh, we don't want these because they don't look right. Or we don't want this because it doesn't look right. And I'm just like, this is when you go to the store yourself. Me, I had 4 items that were exchanged because they didn't have what I wanted. And I was like, it'll work. It's fine. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it's fine. The only thing that made me sad was that I got regular cherry Coke instead of cherry Coke Zero. And now I have to decide if I want to drink the calories or not. Cherry Coke is delicious. Don't get me wrong. But I eat plenty of calories. And I don't know that I also want to drink the calories, but I have plenty of nieces and nephews who will. So either way, it won't go to waste. I just have to make the decision of what I want to do. I'm also not out of soda yet. So I was just trying to be prepared so I didn't have to go back until after Christmas. Christmas time shopping is, yeah, exactly. Go pick out your own. Don't, and both of, there was 2 women and they both got out of the car and went around to the back and were going through all of the bags, with the poor teenage girl that's checking them out. I'm just this is not acceptable to me. Yeah. Anyway, that's how I live my life. Julie is working on crochet and preparing for a very productive day tomorrow. Today has been busy. So that sounds like you're going to have 2 very productive days, and I support you in that. Again, planner things. I also need to edit a video. I actually filmed a video yesterday. It was crazy. I haven't done that in forever. It might have been Thursday. Was it yesterday or Thursday? I don't know. Either way, I filmed a video this week. Planner things, filming videos, editing videos, working on a Christmas tree, eating dinner. And tomorrow, I think I have 6 different kind of cookies that I want to bake, plus make lunch for the week and breakfast for the week. So I too shall be busy for the rest of the weekend. But that's why we're here, so we can be busy together. Our first sprint is going to be a 45 because I'm going to eat and then try to get something done productive wise. I will ask on the next one what kind of a sprint y'all want. I usually just do 45 straight through, but y'all are here with me. We'll take some numbers later. But for this one, definitely doing a 45 because your girl wants to eat the things. Bree has joined us. Bree is wrapping Christmas presents today. I only bought 1 present this year for my nephew Huxley, and he got his 2 weeks ago. So I have nothing to wrap, and it is glorious. Oh, that's a lie. I have 2 white elephant gifts I have to wrap. Dang it. However, the wrapping paper is still in from when I wrapped Huxley's, so I could do that too. Danica, I'm just handing money. We already went shopping and got more clothes, and I know she needs new makeup, and I don't know what kind of makeup she buys, so she's just getting money, and she'll move on with her life. She's 16. She doesn't want things that I buy anyway. Yes, we're going to motivate you, Bex. We're going to get you motivated. We're going to get everybody doing all of the things. I, once again, did not post a timer this weekend, so we're going to use this one for today. For now, anyway, I guess I should say. We're going to do a 45-minute sprint, and then we'll check in. Hopefully, Stieg will be here when we get done. And then we'll party hard for the rest of the weekend. Let me find the button I want and double check and make sure that we are on normal speed, because that's a bad habit of mine. All right. See you guys in 45. Welcome back, friendos. Let me know. How did you do? Where's the button that says how did you do? There's the button that says how did you do. Oh, let me turn that light off because otherwise I look like a psychopath. Oh, look. Speaking of psychopaths, Steege.
What was what are you talking about? Excuse you, madam.
Hi, Steege. How's Steege today?
Steege is Steegen.
Steege is Steegen.
Had the weekend off. I have no plans, which I love. I'm gonna read a book. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, what book are you going to read?
I'm reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for the Nostalgia Train Book Club.
Oh, The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity of That Witch.
Yep, that's the one. And I don't know. It's just, I mean, it's middle grade, so obviously, you know, it's not going to be Samantha Shannon pacing, but it's just moving so fast, so fast.
Have you ever read it before?
I have read it in my youth. I've read all the Narnia books, but I have promptly forgotten.
Okay.
Like,
I read them like in
book.
my early to mid 20s. So,
yeah, I read
More
them in my youth,
recently
so
than
I
you.
was in love with them. But it's a middle grade, and it's just like page 3, boom, we're in Narnia already. I'm like, what? Hold on.
Give me a minute.
They just arrived at this mansion, and the plot is starting on page 3.
I would
Like,
like to enjoy the mansion for a minute. Gosh. I would like a
Yeah.
mansion.
I mean, I've been looking. I haven't been looking, but I see those celebrity homes, and I'm just like, ugh. I mean, the nightmare of having to furnish that, I could not. I do not want a mansion. I want a chic, high-ceilinged, 3-bedroom London flat. That's my dreams living situation.
Okay.
Maybe some exposed bricks, maybe not. But yeah. How is Messica today?
Messica is messing, you know?
As she
As one
does.
do. As one do.
As one do. How's the project deadline going?
There's a project deadline?
Is there not? Question mark. I feel like you're always working towards a project deadline.
I mean, theoretically, in theory, that's theoretically twice in case you're wondering.
Does that make an untheoretical? Like just two theories make an untheory? Anyway,
No,
continue.
it makes it theoretically a theory, meaning that it's so far away from being in an actuality that it's never going to happen. Anywho, yes, I'm supposed to be working on a project to switch with Kate, but like, I mean, I haven't touched it since like March,
Oh.
April, May. I don't know when.
Oh.
I honestly don't know. I can't tell you when the last time was that I actually worked on it. I can tell you when the last time was I wrote something because I did write on the werewolf romance for the first 5 days of Nano and then gave up.
But yeah, not that.
I don't know. I think I gave up.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I wish I could tell you. I think I just don't like it. It's just not fun anymore.
Writing or the werewolf story?
Writing in general.
Then don't do it.
I haven't been. Clearly.
It's a good job. You're reaching your goal.
I've reached my goal of having fun. I've just been enjoying reading and not writing. And I don't know.
Writers would be nothing without readers, so good job on that too.
Maybe one day I'll circle back around, but so far.
So it's just like a thing on hold for the moment.
Yeah. I mean, it has been like the whole year. Maybe I should try again. I don't know. I had fun working on the werewolf story for Nano, but I think deadlines are not for me. I'm just too
That's
busy.
valid.
How do you do it?
I don't.
You're the only other person that I know that has a full-time job and also tries to write, so.
Oh, scheduling in really helps for me. Also, signing up for a buttload of sprints really helps for me. But I get off work at 3 p.m. like every day. You get off work at like midnight. So
I mean, it's 5 p.m., but yeah.
yeah, when do you start in the morning?
8.
Yeah, see, I start 7:30, so you work so much more than me. But yeah, the big thing is scheduling it in, treating it like an appointment for me at least. Might not work for everyone. Also, streaming on my own channel once a week really helps. Streaming with the troublemakers helps because that's kind of at least 2 set writing sessions in a week, and then usually I'm on Phoebe's channel or interfering somewhere else, like tonight. But I am taking December off writing, so
I don't know. I'm gonna make some semi non-lofty goals for the next year or for the next quarter. Rather, I don't make yearly goals anymore. For the next quarter, and we'll see what happens, and I'll decide if I ever want to write anything ever again.
For today or just in general?
In general.
Okay.
It's fine. The whole world is fine.
I mean, the world is definitely not fine, but I think you and me are doing all right.
The world is on fire, but as I can't solve it today, we're going to see what our friends had to say. Nicole is curating her list for the 2024 Buzzwordathon by Books and Lala. She did release her list yesterday. Hello, Haley. Welcome. Lexi got 2,043 words and then decided to take a break. And I think
that was the year 2043 she was talking about, or they were talking about. It's like, oof, you're planning a long time.
They were writing, so I assumed 2043 words.
It's really good for like, what was it, 30, 40 minutes?
It was a 45-minute sprint, but I think that was at like 30 minutes in. So
Big slay, Lexi.
Absolutely. Jessica is putting up the Christmas tree and is here now and is ready to get to their 1,753 words for today. Excellent. Bex had to meet up with her sister for part of that, but ended up writing 3 pages for the last 20 minutes. Fantastic. CB came in the middle of the sprint and is watching Captain America Civil War, as one should. Megan read 51 pages of The Unhoneymooners. Bex says The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is an ongoing theme in her screenplay.
Oh, how do you use it in your screenplay, Becca? Call in. I
Go.
want to know. If you can reveal. If not, then DM me.
CP says, I've only read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. One of these days I'll get around to reading all of them. I mean, same.
I have read them all, and they're quite fun.
I have read them all, but like, I would like to read them all again as like a look back and not as like a trying to get through them to say that I read through them kind of thing.
Yeah, I see that.
You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? CB would like a mansion, but not a big one. 5 bedrooms, 2 or 3 bathrooms. Big kitchen with a pantry and a converted loft.
I hate cooking, so I would no use of a pantry.
I want a butler's pantry more than I want a bedroom.
A butler's pantry is a slay, though, aesthetically, but again, I don't cook, so I would have no use for it.
I mean, technically, a butler's pantry would be for the person who doesn't cook, because like that's where you put all of like the appliances. It's where you put like
so maybe
the toaster oven.
I should get a butler's pantry and not a kitchen, is what I'm hearing.
There you go. Yeah, that's where you put the microwave and the toaster oven and like the crock pot and the, the things that people who like aren't great cooks use, like me. What I want is like, first off, who decided to make, and I don't know how stoves are in your part of the world because I know different places make things different, but I want to know whose decision it was to put like 4 tiny burners on a stove and have them like back to back, you know what I mean? Like 2 in the front and 2 in the back. And then like the pans that they make nowadays are so wide that you can very rarely ever get two on the same side at the same time, because then you've got them like so far off skew that like the center of the pan is not on the center of the whatever your heating
Stovetop.
source is, whether it's electric or flame. And I'm like, why did we not, like, whose idea was it to do that instead of having like 4 in a row? Like,
I think just having 2 and 2 makes more sense spatially.
yeah, but not for putting pans on them.
Again, I don't cook, so my stove is simply there as an aesthetic to give the impression to people that I cook.
I want a like giant like 8 burner gas stove with 2 ovens in it.
Damn.
It's my dream. I cook a lot. I would love to
I
have 2
use
ovens.
my oven, like the oven part, 3 times a month. Is that wild?
What are you making it? Frozen pizza?
No, I dried oranges the other day. That was one of them. For Christmas decorations. What was the last thing I made? Probably pizza. Yeah, frozen pizza.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I have one of those IKEA induction tops, so it's a bit annoying.
Oh yeah. You have to have specific pans too for an induction.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I have induction pans because they make an awful lot of noise every time I cook with them. Like, it sounds like it's just vibrating on top.
So probably not.
So probably not. But again, I don't cook, so this is a non-issue.
Jessica started a scarf. Excellent. Joined mid-sprint, still managed to get 956 words written without really knowing where the chapter is going. I mean,
Big slay.
Have just put myself in the horrible, awful, no good position of never taking a break. That's how I get things done. Yeah, I can't live my life like that. That last time I did that, my whole body shut down for a month. I literally slept for all of October 2022. Like literally my whole body shut down for a month. So we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't seem healthy unless it works for you.
It wasn't a good time. It was, I lost like almost 40 pounds that month because I was not eating, did not get out of bed, just didn't move. I came back from vacation with the girls and just was like gone for 3.5 weeks.
That sucks.
It was fine. I slept for 3 weeks and I got back up and started doing more life things. You know, it's fine. I am dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. I am dramatic. There's a difference. Canonically speaking, Howard and Maria Stark died 32 years ago today. So, I mean, it makes sense to watch that specific movie. I live in a pokey apartment. I don't live in a pokey apartment.
What's a pokey apartment?
I'm assuming it means small.
Okay.
Small.
I also live in a small apartment.
I live in a house, and it used to be plenty spacious, but then I had a 16-year-old, and now all of my stuff's in one room, and it's small. I feel like it's a small apartment where we have like a communal kitchen and bathroom. I have a one-room apartment where I have a communal bathroom and kitchen.
My apartment is 430 square foot. I don't know if that's small or not, but
my whole house, which is a 3-bedroom house, is about 1,500 square feet. So
Jesus fucking Christ. So yeah, I could fit probably in one of your bedrooms.
Yeah, but I mean, really, that means we're like in the same amount of space. Because again, my living room, bedroom, and office are all in this one room. So, just saying. Beck says it's my main character's favorite book, talking about The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. She's starting her own pet-friendly plant store, and she refers to it as Narnia. Plus, the love interest buys her a first edition and reads it to her and a blanket fort.
Love interest buys her a first edition, like not even her partner. First edition Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Price. How much is that?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one looking at it. You Googled it.
Well, Google was giving me nothing.
Oh.
But yeah. This one is currently $13,000 on Ape Books. So I don't know. It seems to be the going price.
Sounds like he's got money.
Yeah, but like $13,000 for love interest. Like, hello?
I mean, that's why she's interested.
There's an update. It ends up being fake. Lol. Which is why it was affordable. Yeah. If you're... Yeah.
Fair. Lisa's here.
Hey, Lisa.
Here's Lisa. I'm a decent cook. I want an oven in the wall, though. I mean, I'm waiting. One of these days. My stove pisses me off because of that. We have one big burner and 3 tiny burners, and legit, the big one is the only one that fits anything above the tiny cup-sized saucepan. Yes, see? I feel vindicated and validated, and all the other V words. Vindictive?
Do you feel vindictive?
Voluminous. I'm always vindictive. I am petty, so therefore always vindictive. Hello, welcome. Let us know what you're doing today and or working on. I had to see while I was on vacation last year. It sucked. Fair. My room is magical, but it's also tiny.
It seems like there's so much less books now.
Oh, it's because I reorganized. It's going to get bright for a second.
Okay, there you go.
I reorganized, so like this is all empty and this is all empty because I moved a lot of my YA over to here. And so most of my adult is back here now. And I also got rid of a whole bunch of stuff on the top shelf where my like nostalgia reads live. And I moved up a lot of my YA to nostalgia reads land.
I don't know. I cannot really compute anything that's not organized alphabetically.
Honestly, I just moved everything around and I'm not in love with it. And I was like, what if I just organized it alphabetically by author? And I was like, do you know how long that would take?
I mean, yeah, but that sounds like a fun afternoon for me, at least.
One afternoon? One afternoon?
I bet you $10 I could organize your books alphabetically in one afternoon.
Do you know how many times I'd have to go up a stepladder?
I mean, I wouldn't have to go up a stepladder, but...
This is true. You're like a foot taller than me.
Yeah, so...
I can't... I mean, I can reach the second to the highest shelf, but the highest shelf I can't reach without a stepladder, and that's like where the majority of the books are. It's the biggest
I'll come
shelf.
visit and I'll organize your books if you want to.
Okay, that works. Just have you do it instead. They are currently organized by genre and then vibes. So,
which is a horrible way of organizing anything, but this is your system, so as long as it works for you, Jessica.
You know, it's fine. This apartment is tiny. It could fit into the set of Starlight Express about 8 times. I don't know what that is, but I will accept it. Ends up being fake. It's the thought that counts. Yeah.
Clearly.
It's a rom-com. He knows nothing about books. He was like, yeah, it was like $100.
Which is so much for just a regular Narnia book.
Well, you know, my Sanderson cloth bound or leather bounds are like $100 a piece. So
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's why
I say that, and also then I have cloth bound like Prairie of the Orange Tree books, which I buy for that. But those never been 100. Like 40, 50, 60 maybe.
I paid, I think, like 60 for this copy of Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, which is leather. But like Sanderson's older books, like if you look at like Mistborn and Elantris and stuff like that, they are like 80 to 100 on the website, and they're like always on back order because people order them like crazy. I'm like, that guy is rolling in so much money. Like, I just want like his income for one day to fall into my bank account.
I mean,
I don't even feel like
problem is that we don't write book, Jessica. So,
well, I didn't say I wanted to write enough books that I could make it myself. I just want him to agree to give me his income for one day into my bank account.
Which sounds like a valid request, if you ask me.
I mean, one day's not that many. That can't be that much, but it's still way more than I've got.
Yeah, true. I'd also love that.
Could I bribe the 16-year-old and help with organizing? No, because she doesn't understand the alphabet because she's a teenager. So She is so blonde. I don't know where she gets it from. It's not like the other day I out loud at work in front of like 4 of my coworkers said, "Why is Christmas music so religious?"
Yeah. Why is that, Jessica? Was there any thesis statements on that?
You know, it took so long for the hamster in my head to start running on the wheel that
You know what
there was
my
there
problem
was
is?
actually a silence.
I just hate the way they made Easter all about Jesus. It's just so annoying.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It was
And if I have to hear about the Declaration of Independence on the 4th of July one more time, I'm going to fucking lose it. Just let me have my holiday in peace.
right. It's because because I'm not religious and I love Christmas music. Like it's very, for the most part, it's like upbeat and happy. And like I like the romantic songs and like the happy wintry type songs. But the religious ones just hurt my brain. I'm like, why are there so many religious Christmas songs? And then immediately there was enough time for a silence. Okay. How long did it take? There was enough time for there to be a silence, and that is too long.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know where your 16-year-old get it from, but
I don't know why.
probably not
So,
familiar.
I don't know why she's such a blonde. It was time. It was a time, y'all. I'm having problems with November's buzzword, so I'm gonna be a sheep and read The Only One Left by Riley Sager. First off, that book is fantastic, and I hope you enjoy it. Second off, be a sheep. What's wrong with being sheeps? Sheeps are cute.
They are.
Hello, Nikki. Welcome. The set of Starlight Express is huge. That's why they don't tour it. Fair enough.
What is the Starlight Express?
I don't know. I'm just agreeing. Don't ever go and see Hamilton. That would be expensive. Anyway, why are Christmas music so religious? I don't understand.
I think it's because Christmas is a religious holiday. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
What?
But yeah.
Huh. Can't believe nobody ever told me that.
Yeah, you didn't go to school? Question mark. Oh, Starlight Express is a musical. Gotcha.
Well, to be fair, they can't technically teach you that in school because religion is separate from school. But unless you go to a private school.
In school?
Hmm?
You don't learn about religions in school?
No, because we have a separation of church and state.
Well, so do we, but it's still part of our world, so it's taught in school. But you don't learn Christianity. You just learn like the big 5 question mark, and then
the Bible thumpers of the U.S. would not allow them to teach any other religion, so therefore they just don't teach any religion.
Which makes sense. We learned about all world religions.
The Bible thumpers of the U.S. don't want them to teach evolution in school. You think they're going to let them talk about the Quran? Like
fair rebuttal.
Dinosaurs didn't exist. There were kids in my school, in high school, a senior year of high school, who believed that dinosaurs didn't exist because they're not mentioned in the Bible.
Well, neither are iPhones, but they exist.
You got me there, Carl.
What's your poison?
Today it is Cherry Coke Zero.
Okay. I regret asking, but enjoy.
What's wrong with Cherry Coke Zero?
I don't like cherry coke flavored anything.
Really?
Unless... No, let's not.
How do you feel about Dr. Pepper?
I don't like it.
That makes sense. It's very cherry flavored.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Remove.
Validated. Unless you went to a private school or homeschooled or went to Catholic school, which is technically a private school.
Well, you don't learn. Do you learn about world religions in Catholic school, or just Christianity?
Just Catholicism. Just Catholicism. I tend to wait until a book loses a little bit of popularity before I read them. Some books can be overhyped, so I wait to see what all of the hubbub is about. Yeah, I don't read a lot of stuff when it comes out either, but I love Riley Sager's books, so I typically will just read them as they come out. The only one that I didn't read immediately when it came out was Survive the Night, which everyone said was god awful, and I think I gave it 4 stars. But I think it's because I expected it to be so bad because
And you're
everyone
like,
talked
this
about
ain't
how
that bad.
horrible it was. And I was just like, this is fine. Like, there's nothing. I don't know why everybody hates this so much. So, it's fine. It's all fine. I was raised Catholic and listened to a lot of religious Christmas and Easter music. The day after New Year's, I will be going to see Handel's Messiah, which is a religious opera. Listen, I also grew up in churches. I used to be the leader of my church youth group. FYI, in case you didn't know. Important to know these things. Learned about Islam in Catholic school, but live in the UK. Fair enough. Far enough. How long of a sprint would you guys like to do next? Steve, do you have any requests?
I can do chunker.
Steve can do a chunky sprint. How does everyone else feel? 45, 30, 45, 35, 40, 55, 65, 120?
40 is enough.
I'm like, 120 is way too much. I like Nicole's just like, sounds good. Becca says 45, but also 30. Also fine with the chunker. So let's
Compromise on 35.
Yeah, I was gonna go 35. I think 35 would be the compromission. Composition. I'm gonna
Compromise?
stop it. I don't know. I think I should give up and go home.
You already are home.
Well, then I win.
You do. Congratulations.
Look at that math. 120 minutes is like 2
It
hours.
sure is. It sure
It
is.
sure is, CV. You are not wrong. Okay. All these spooky witchy timers. I'm gonna like my own timer. Okay. Anywho, we're gonna do a 34-minute and 59-second timer, in case anyone's wondering. And then we'll come back and see how all of the people did. And I'm gonna put a banner up so we know where we are. Ta-da! See you guys in 35.
Catch it.
All right, friendos, we are back. Let us know how you did. If I can find us, where are we? There we are. Oh, that's just me.
It's rude.
We're just like throw Steeg out with the bathwater. Here we go. How'd everybody do? How did Steeg do?
I got through a bunch of chapters. Taking a little longer because I'm taking notes for each chapter I read, because I'm doing the Nostalgia Train Book Club live stream they have about the book on the 28th as a co-host, or as a guest rather. So I'm taking a bunch of notes, and that always make me read slower.
Yeah, I speak the English. My local bookstore's book club that I have been doing for the past year or so. This year, our theme is, well, in 2024, our theme is back to school. So we're reading like things that we read in school, because a lot of the women are like in their 30s and 40s.
So much older than you.
Right. I was including myself in that. I'm a woman. I'm in my 30s and 40s.
That is impossible to be in your 30s and 40s.
Okay, sure. Anyway, nitpicker. So the book that, like, she's putting up like a few popular choices every month and then letting us vote on them. And of course, for me, who hates like every book we read in school, I'm going to have the best time ever. The book that we're reading for January is To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, God.
And so the decision I have made is that I'm going to read them and like hang out on Cliff's Notes, like the website, and like look at like read through group discussion guides and stuff, and like actually annotate the book, and like so I can literally sit there and be like, what the fuck do you guys like about this? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't know. I'm so glad we didn't have to read American classics for school. We had to read Norwegian classics though, but
I mean, I like some classics. I like The Scarlet Letter and Fahrenheit 451. I like 1984. That's about it. So, it's fine. I just DNF'd the book last year too, or maybe the year before, and unhauled it. And then I had to buy another copy.
Clown.
Living the dream. Anywho, I watched some YouTube and worked on my planner a little bit. And also I got a blanket because I was cold. And so then I fell asleep because I had a blanket and was warm. So I was sitting here like this, taking a nap.
Oh, God. Can you do that?
Can you not?
No.
I can sleep standing up.
That is such a feature.
It's not a good feature. It's really not. When I tell you, like, they did a sleep study because I can literally like be, if I'm walking down a hallway and I close my eyes, I could fall asleep.
Damn, that's crazy.
I can become unconscious just like closing my eyes. And I have the hardest, like at work, sitting at work, because I sit at a desk and stare at a computer screen all day. I have the hardest time staying awake. Like I literally 10 times a day, my boss is just like, you're asleep. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I am, but I'm not.
Have you ever tested yourself with sleep apnea?
I did a sleep apnea test earlier this year, and
okay, very relevant.
I don't know what I don't remember what the rating scale thing is, but it was like the low number was like 13. It's like you have very mild sleep apnea, and like the high number was in like the 80s or something, and like mine was like a 17. And so they were like, you should probably have a CPAP machine. But my insurance is like, it's not that bad, so we're not paying for any of it. So like if I
Wow, bitches.
CPAP machine, it's gonna be like $4,000 for 10 months.
What the fuck?
So I just don't sleep. It made more sense that way to just not sleep.
Damn. Well, I work in a sleep clinic, and we operate with anything under 5 is normal, from 5 to 15 is mild, 15 to 30 is moderate, and then anything above 30 is severe. And we
I don't remember what the
we
numbers
dish
were.
them out for free. Anyone above 5 gets a CPAP for free. Well, they have to pay a personal cost for the session, which is like $13 or something.
Yeah. Phew, America, home of the great.
Home
Yeah.
of expensive healthcare.
That too.
Well, it's not healthcare; it's health profit. So
you're not wrong. We were joined by RK and Kelly. Lisa got jump scared by the timer. You're welcome. Then there was some Stieg erasure. We were joined by Lula Reads. See, you got 350 words. Nicole started downloading cover images to put on a little graphic for the socials.
Fun.
Gave my cat a good brushing and then started looking at moving companies for Kelly. Jod is immortal, is she not? She cannot be multiple. Can she not be multiple ages at once? I am not immortal, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, would you like to live forever?
I would have more time to sleep.
That's true.
How did I know you were going to say To Kill a Mockingbird? I don't know. You can read my mind. I'm using the website Wheel of Names to determine what I'm doing. Sounds like a fun time. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like a fun time. We read Restlide Story to Serve with Love, Educating Rita, and a book no one I know has ever heard of called The Wave. I was in the slow class. I've heard of West Side Story. That's all I got.
I've heard about The Wave.
You're doing better than me. Jessica got 671 words and ordered food. I like food. I put my food up that sprint too. Was that the first sprint? I don't even remember anymore.
It's the second sprint you've done.
Is The Wave the one about the World War II classroom cosplay or the other The Wave? World War II classroom cosplay version. Sounds a little like my coworker who has narcolepsy. Absolutely. I have said that, but they say that that's not what I have. I've also been tested for diabetes, and I am pre-diabetic because I am fat. That's basically what I was told. But I do not have diabetes yet. I mean, we're awesome, Steege.
Pre-diabetic gang assemble.
I mean, living the dream. Got 530 words and did some thinking. We love to think. Showing my age. We also read a book called The Cuckoo Sister. I mean,
Haven't heard of her.
Me neither. Sounds like it's about birds.
Also, I love how, I don't know what's in your top left corner of your frame, but how that aligns with the little bottle in the background. No, don't move it. It looks like a potion bottle.
It does. I think I moved it too far. Hold on, wait. That's the wrong way.
What is it? A mic stand or something?
Yeah, it's the camera. What's that thing called? Tripod, camera, whatever thing to do overhead shots. Because I was going to do some filming for my planner, but I think I'm going to do it over there instead of over here. I haven't decided yet. I should do it over here where the light is. Or
Makes
I put
sense.
the light over there. Oh.
Why do you want to do it over there?
More space.
Do you need more space? Do you not have space for the journal?
I have some space.
Okay.
Because I have a riser for my monitor. There's about this much at the top and the bottom of my journal on this counter versus like the
All the
whole.
space.
Yeah. The joys of having a U-shaped desk. The Cuckoo Sister is about a child who was left on the doorstep or something, I think.
Donor still.
By domestic deities. In the title, I assume they're referring to cats. No, actually, that's for people who are doing chores. Because you're doing domestic tasks.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think it's Kelly who used to say that she was
Domestic goddess, isn't that
a
what
domestic
she
goddess.
says?
Yeah. And, you know, technically goddesses are deities, and I like alliteration, so it's domestic deities.
I'm a writer. No, well, I'm that too, but I'm a reader in the stream.
I'm a sleeper in this stream. I don't have space for a desk at all. That's no
I
bueno.
currently stream from my living room table, my dining table.
I miss my big desk sometimes. Mostly because it used to be deep. Like it was like at least a foot deeper than this one. So like there was always plenty of room, like depth-wise. I want this desk to have more depth.
Well, that's valid.
Because like if I put my elbow at the edge of the desk and put my hand out, I can almost touch the other side of the desk.
Oh, that's not long at all.
Yeah, it's like there's about yay much space from the tips of my fingers to the other side of the desk if I do that. It's not very deep. I don't like it. I would like there to be more space, please.
Need more space. You're a 1,500 square feet house.
I would like for there to be more space. Yeah, but it's not my house.
Well, in the 1,500 square feet house you live in.
There are other people who live here, and they have things too.
I mean, that's just rude, I think.
Mm-hmm. The cat has a whole room.
For reals?
I mean, technically, it's Danica's room.
Oh, okay.
My old bedroom that is then Danica's room that is the cat's room. Because no one ever knows what to call it. Because it used to be my bedroom, and now it's Danica's room. And when I tell somebody to go get something out of Danica's room, and they look at me like I'm stupid, and I just go, the cat's room. And they're like, oh, well, we know what cat her litter box and food is in, so that's easy. Great. Lucky cat.
You're a notebook girl, aren't you, Jet?
Yes.
I am looking for a notebook with some specific requirements.
Okay.
One, I have to be able to write someone's name in it, and then they die. That's a joke.
Okay.
I'm looking for a dot grid journal, but I would like it to be on whatever you call this circly thing. Spiral, and not like binded, because if I fuck up, I need to be able to tear out a page without it looking like, garbage in the notebook. Not numbered, so no page numbers, no index, and they need to be able to ship to Norway.
Theoretically, it doesn't matter if it has an index or not, because you could just rip it out.
See, this is why you are the boss and I am the face.
also because you have the face. I don't know, but I will think about that. I don't know.
Nothing comes to mind immediately. I also
No.
would like it to be thick enough paper so it doesn't bleed through when I use my pens. And I use those fancy pens that every journal person do.
Fountain
What are they
pens?
called? No, it's a felt tip ? It's like a famous brand, Micron. Do you know
Okay.
which one I speak of?
I do.
Felt line, it says. Fine liner. I don't know. Brush pen. Oof, I'm so confused by this.
Fine. I have mine are Faber-Castell fine liners, felty pens. Hmm. Hello, Laura. Welcome.
Hey, Laura.
Oh, that's why I love my desk from IKEA. I legit have 2 monitors, an ergonomic keyboard, my laptop on its stand, and 2 mouse pads for my 2 mice on my desk. All of
Sheesh.
the little things like tissues and editing materials, phone charger, and even a stand for my Remarkable. I mean, I have a shit ton of stuff on my desk, but it's because it's literally in a U shape. Like, I have an L-shaped desk over here and here. And then I have an old computer desk from like, I don't know, 15 or more years ago. And I put it on this side. And then I have another stand here that goes back that way. So technically I'm just like surrounded by desk stuff. But Rhodia is good for that. It's French.
That's valid. I've tried, is it called Lechtum, I think, a brand?
Yeah.
Which I have been happy with, but I can't find any spiral bound ones.
Yeah, that the spiral bound is the problem. You know what my answer is? Instead of tearing the page out, glue them together.
Ew, I hate that. They'll just be chunky and ugly.
I do it all the time. Like, these two are glued together. These two are glued together. Because I'll do something in pen and hate it. These two are glued together.
Yeah, that's my thing too. I can never commit to anything. So I need to be able to tear it out without fucking up, in a tiny notebook.
Which is why I didn't want to go to bullet journaling again, because I loved being able to just take things out of the Happy Planner and moving things around. But I got to a point where even with Happy Planner, I was having to tape so much stuff together to make what I wanted that I was like, this is ridiculous. Just buy a fucking bullet journal. And when you don't like something, glue it together.
Ugh, I don't know if I have that in me, but I love that journey for you, though.
Oh, nope. I'll come back to you, Mars. CB says that Rhodia are usually spiral bound.
Mars. Oh, there. Mars. Hi, Mars. Yeah, I'm looking at Rhodia now, so.
Just got back from my day out. Technically got back a half hour ago, but wanted to take a shower. Extra in parentheses, close parentheses. Welcome, Mars, to a fun day with Stieg and Jess talking about notebooks and naps.
I don't know if I'd qualify it as fun, but it is a day.
I'm having fun, aren't you?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you don't love me.
I do love you.
Okay. Oh, maybe next year you can come and visit for reals this time. Not for fakesies.
Have I ever visited for fakesies?
I think you visited for fakesies this year.
Oh, well, I pulled a double switcheroo.
You did. You pulled a double switcheroo.
Next year will not be it because I'm already traveling so much. I know. But I'm really excited though. But maybe for 2025, put it on the dock, put it on the grid, put it on the calendar.
Put it on the calendar. Put it in the
Yeah.
notebook.
Because if I travel to America, I would like to stay there for a while because obviously it's a long journey. So
Tis a long trip.
it's a long trip indeed.
Listen, I realize that it's a long trip, but it'll still, there's no way that you can convince me that it felt longer than my trip from Julie and Amber's back home. That was a 7-hour drive where I was in excruciating pain the whole time and kept having to pull over to throw up mostly outside of the car.
What happened?
When I went to Julie and Amber's this year, I was like having the most ridiculous stomach pains. Like, ended up having to sleep for like 3 days, just like taking drugs and trying to sleep through it.
Jesus.
And yes, I have been to a doctor. No, we don't know why it keeps happening. We're still like, I've been told to take like a kind of like a pain diary to like say like what symptoms I'm having and when and for how long. It's a fun time. But yeah, I was like in excruciating pain the entire 7-hour drive home, and was like having to pull over on the side of the highway to throw up, mostly outside of the car.
I'm sorry.
I actually pulled over at a roadside rest and locked the doors and took a nap at one point.
Jeez.
There were like, it was a very busy one, so like there were a lot of people in and out, and it was during the day, and there were people there working, like groundskeepers and stuff that were there working. So like there were a lot of people around. Like I wouldn't have done it if it had been like sketchy.
Gotcha.
But like I couldn't, like I was literally just falling asleep. Like I couldn't keep my eyes open because I was in so much pain and just felt so nauseous from all of the throwing up. So nothing you can do to convince me that your 26-hour traveling felt longer than that.
Fair enough. I mean, I missed my flight though, back home.
I mean, that is pretty rough.
But it all
What
worked
if you
out. Somehow I missed my flight because the first flight out of whatever the fuck I flew from, Pocono somewhere. My first flight was delayed by an hour and a half, but I still made it home just 30 minutes after my initial flight should have landed. Because of the pushback, I lost all my connections, and they kept rebooking me and rerouting me, and they were pretty good actually. I'm really impressed with them. And even my luggage came with me. So yeah.
That's like a miracle.
Yeah, and I didn't have to pay a single dime.
That's fantastic.
So I'm very impressed with whatever company I flew with, which I don't remember the name of.
You have to look it up in your receipts. He's like, I don't have those receipts.
Yeah, I'm about to say receipts. Who's she?
What are receipts? Mars loves both notebooks and apps. So today I saw the book that I copy edited out in the wild for the first time, and even though it's a popular book, I still got so excited I showed off my name in the acknowledgments to my boyfriend.
Oh, what book is that, Mars?
Can you tell us? If you can't tell us here live on the internet, you could tell us in the DM.
My DMs are always open for Mars.
Mine too. Always for Mars. No one else, though.
Yeah, no one else. Only Mars.
No one else. Only Mars. No one else better DM me.
I have this thing with Mars where I send them like cozy games or anything witchy, and then they send me anything cozy game related and witchy, and we're like, I think you like this, and then it's just a frog or something.
I mean, that sounds incredibly adorable.
It's pretty fun. It's one of my favorite chats because it always makes me feel so not fun. I don't know, but it entertains me. It feels so wholesome.
wholesome. I'll accept that as
Wholesome.
terminology. Oy, my brain is not braining. That happened to my mother when we were coming back from New York the second time. She ended up having to stay overnight in a motel in Georgia. She was going back to Houston and I was coming back to the UK. Did she go with the devil? Because sometimes the devil goes down to Georgia.
It's looking for a soul to steal.
That's the one. It's A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden, which came out last year and has been popular on TikTok since it came out, but had a major boost in popularity recently.
A Dawn of Onyx. Do you copy and line edit, or do you also developmentally edit, Mars? I forget. Oh, this cover is good.
I don't edit because you have to write things to then edit them.
Yeah, I can never get past the writing bit.
Oy vey. We're all gonna fall apart. Oh, I get to pick a new timer.
What you fancying? Do you take requests?
I can.
I really love the tarot one.
You really love the tarot one. The one that's like a tarot card fanned out tarot one?
Yeah.
Okay. Mars says, I just do proofreads, copy edits. So if anyone's looking for that, hire me and help me pay my bills.
If I ever finish my book, Mars, I'll hire you.
Right. If I ever finish a book,
You're going on my potential editor lists.
the likelihood is so small.
Yeah, truly.
How long of a sprint would we like to do? Anyone have any preferences? Chunky, small.
How
What's
long
your
are you
idea?
streaming for?
Chunky or small? I don't know. However long we're here.
Okay, because if you do like half an hour, you got a few minutes after to wrap up, and that's 3 hours.
Sometimes I'm here till 7. Sometimes I'm here till 10. It just depends on the day.
Oh. Well, if you're taking requests, I think 30 minutes is a good number.
30 minutes for Stige.
Then I can do some TikTok and still get a chapter done.
You. TikTok. Tick-tock. Tick-tick-tock. Tick-tick-tockity-tock. What's the button I want? There's the button I want. Alrighty, friends. We're going to do a 30-minute sprint. Will it be the final sprint? We'll never know until we come back and I decide how I feel.
We'll let you know.
How we roll. See you in 30 minutes. Hello, friends. We have returned.
Hello, Jessica,
And
who is also returned.
I didn't put Stevie out this time.
Yay!
How kind of me.
I feel so wanted.
I mean, you are. How did you do that time?
Got through another chapter of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Having such a blast kind of doing a read-react note. So
Okay.
taking lots of silly notes.
Nothing wrong with that.
My note at the end of chapter 4 is, will Edmund continue to be a knob, ? And then my opening comment on chapter 5 is, Edmund still a knob, confirmed.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
The answer is always.
Yeah, so it's just usually my immediate reactions, but then I stumble across some truths now and then.
Okay.
How did you do for that?
I mean, I did things. There were things involved. I did planning stuff.
How fun.
Still, I'm designing my reading planner for next year.
Ooh. I have set my first reading goal for next year.
What is it?
It is to read all 6 of Jane Austen's novels.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
As discussed, I don't like
I know.
classics. So,
well, I don't like kind of like How to Kill a Mockingbird or like, the Grapes of Wrath classics and stuff like that. But Jane Austen, I gel with it.
I also don't like historical fiction.
I love historical fictions.
Hate it.
To watch.
I don't ever understand what anyone's talking about.
Oh, so that's just like any fantasy book.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm not smart enough to understand what anybody's talking about.
But you read fantasy.
Yeah, but that is like words I understand. Even when it's a made up word, I grasp that it's a made up word. Like historical fiction is just wordy. It's got a lot of words.
It does, and Jane Austen is a wordy lady.
I also don't like all high fantasy because I also don't read Robin Hobb for the same reason, because she's very wordy.
Never read a Robin Hobb book in my life, but I've heard that she absolutely slays, so.
I mean, I appreciate that people love her. Her books have a lot of very heavy, dark topics, but the plots are not bad. I can't read a book that for 6 pages we're talking about the texture of paper. I feel like at some point we have to move on.
Yeah, that's the reason I don't like reading George R.R. Martin, because there's just so much fucking food and I don't care.
Can we talk about something else for a little while?
Yeah, just get back to the killing and the sex, please.
Yeah, right. Let's move on. Let's see where we were joined by an Eva.
Hello, Ava.
Jessica got 270 words and spent the rest of the time shoveling food in my mouth. Rice bowl with chicken, cabbage, carrots, and fish sauce. Fish sauce with a side of spring rolls, for those who are curious. Read 2 pages of The Cruel Sea by Nicholas Montserrat. Eva got back from the library, got no books, did a snowflake craft time, and the child got a world records book.
Big Slay.
Mars watched YouTube.
Big
What'd
Slay.
you watch? Anything good? Julie returned, made it to the 50% mark of her book. Edward the Knob. Oh, Edmund, because she thought Twilight.
No, Edmund from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
328 words for CB. Kelly checked out more movie companies. Quit yawning, Jessica.
I'm right there with you. I'm so ready for bed.
Eva loves historical fiction, but didn't like Austen. May try her again with you, Stieg, but DNF chances are high for me.
I have a reading order planned out, so you're free to follow that with me if you want to. I'm starting out with Pride and Prejudice, and I think if you don't like Pride and Prejudice, you probably don't gel with Austen, because Pride and Prejudice kind of is very Austen-esque in its form, yeah. That's a good gauge, I think, to figure out if it's for you or not, is to just read
It's
Pride
the
and Prejudice.
only one that I've read, but it's because I was obsessed with Keira Knightley, so then therefore loved the movie, and then could read the book because I knew what was happening because I had watched the movie so many times.
I love the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice movie. It's one of my faves. Top 5 movie for me for sure. But then you love historical fiction, because that's historical fiction.
I don't like to read historical fiction.
Okay.
I don't mind period dramas as far as like.
I love a good period piece. Currently in the midst of Gilded Age, and so good.
It's still not my favorite thing to watch, though.
It's one of my favorite things to watch.
Nicole says that historical fiction is hit or miss for her.
I feel like this is any genre, though.
I don't quite understand what historical fiction is, but a book that I would recommend that is historical-ish is Schindler's Ark by Thomas Keneally. It's about World War II. Yeah, historical fiction is anything that is fiction that's written in a historical time period. And World War II is like the most browbeaten, overwritten about time period in historical fiction, in my opinion. And if I ever have to read anything about World War II, I will probably jump off a cliff. So I can't.
Yeah, it's not my favorite time period either. I love anything Regency or like Edwardian, Elizabethan, Victorian.
I had a history teacher in high school. I had the same teacher for like 3 years in a row. We had the exact same curriculum all 3 years. And every year, like our big class project or our big, like the thing that we got the most points for was we had to do a project on World War II. He was an Army veteran, so like I get it. I can never remember if we had 2 teachers that were a lot older that were both married to much younger women, who either fought in Vietnam or Korea, and I can never remember which. But they both were like obsessed with World War II. And so like we constantly had projects on World War II, and we're reading World War II books and like doing like dioramas. And I'm just like, if I ever have to hear another word about World War II, I'm going to jump off a cliff.
Yeah, that sounds kind of wank. I'm sorry.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Bex finished another scene.
Good job, Becca.
If the story exists in a historical era, it's historical. World War II fiction is historical fiction, for example. Didn't finish the comment until after I said, yes, it's historical fiction. Dun, 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 just a bunch of shorts. Well, fine. Hello, Grapple Fry. Are we about to wrap up? Probably, because Sneaky's about to fall asleep, and I already fell asleep once. Edmund is a knob in the first book. He really is, but I mean, he's just a kid.
I mean, they're all knobs, really, when I read. That's my takeaway, that The person I identify with in Narnia is Mrs. McReady, the housekeeper that detests children.
I mean,
And I think I'd make a really good Mrs. McReady.
Listened to Sense and Sensibility on audio. Loved the book. Hated the movie. Never seen.
Have not seen the movie. I have not read the book.
Have not seen the movie. DNF'd the book. I read them for scholarly reasons. My term papers imply I read them.
That's funny.
Don't like Hugh Grant. Just finished The Crown. It was okay.
What do you mean final is tomorrow? That can't be the final. There's so much left. So many stakes still left. What do you mean final? It can't be, Becca. Tell me it isn't so.
Looks like it is.
But I'm so invested in this. So good. So good.
They're on season 2 and 8 episodes a season.
Yeah. It's really good. Highly recommend.
Now I know how you feel about the Scottish Wars of Independence. There's a single tear rolling down my cheek. I'm sorry I missed all the fun. We still love you.
Mr. Two Grape.
You just overbooked. It's fine. Need a season is not enough. I'll wait it out. Bex with like more episodes.
What's left to watch after Gilded Age? Well, I do have the second season of Wheel of Time to watch, so I can do that.
I watched the second season of the Santa Clauses yesterday.
Don't know her.
Did you as a kid watch The Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
No, I don't like Tim Allen.
I mean, I don't really give two shits about Tim Allen in particular, but I was the same age as the kid in the movie, and it was like about Santa Claus falling off a roof and your dad becoming Santa Claus. So like, naturally, I watched that as a kid. And then there were 3 movies, and then last year they brought it back as a TV series, like 20 years in the present, in the future, because it was 20 years in the future. And then they had a season 2 this year. So
good. You enjoy it?
I did like it. I love the elves that they have. Naturally, because elves are played by children, like they never have the same like head elves for more than like one movie or one season of the show. But they did have the same head elf for the 2 seasons of the show, but it couldn't have been like the same head elf they had before, and they had to like find a reason why it wasn't the same one, other than just they grew up because it's been 20 years.
They're in their mid-50s now.
Yeah, the elves are not supposed to age, and they're like 1,000 years old, and they look like they're 10. But yeah, the elves I love the elves. It was a good one. They had good lore in season 2 that I really liked. And season 1 had the actor Cal Penn in it, and he was really good in it. So poor Bernard. Bernard had a cameo in season 1, and it was not pretty. It was fine. Anywho. Eva has run off. Goodbye, Eva.
Farewell, Eva.
Stieg and Jessica are about to run off as well because, again, Stieg is going to fall asleep and Jessica already has.
In my defense, it is almost 1:30 a.m.
Yeah, it's 7. I have no I have no defense. I just like to sleep. That's all I've got.
I do like to sleep too.
Last week on Sunday, I slept in until 2 p.m.
Oh shit!
And was like, maybe you should get out of bed. Maybe you should get out of the bed.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, oh my god, 8:30. I really overslept today.
Yeah, I usually sleep until like 9 on the weekends. 2 p.m. was a thing.
Not part of the plan.
No, I stayed up late. I think that was the night I stayed up late talking to Wallace and Katie.
Oh, lucky you. Haven't seen them
Well,
in ages.
I mean, I just rolled into the library and they were there.
Well, some people get it all, Jessica. Some people get it all.
Steve, would you like to say goodbye to our friends?
Goodbye, friends. It has, as always, been a pleasure. I got a bunch of chapters read, 4 chapters read of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, so that was productive. Also got to spend some time with Jessica, which is the true reason I'm here, the only reason I'm here. And I also got, from the lovely Laura Nettles, thank you so much, a bunch of recommendations for notebooks, which I'm going to check out in the morning when my brain is of sound mind.
That sounds like a plan. I will not be sprinting next Saturday because I will be doing a family Christmas shindig do. But I'll be back the following Saturday to hang out with all of you.
Yeah.
It rhymed. Bye, friends.
It did indeed. Bye. Thanks for having me, as always.